She has 3 days to live. And right now, she doesn't even know it. This is where her nightmare starts. But to understand how she got here, we have to go back to the beginning, back to a house that was supposed to be empty. Ellie and her mother were never close. Not the kind of distant where you just don't talk much, the kind where years pass in total silence. Where a phone call would have felt like an apology neither of them was ready to give. So when the call comes that her mother has died, Ellie doesn't feel the grief people expect her to feel. Mostly, she feels obligation. There's an estate to settle, a house to clean out, a life to close the book on. She leaves her child in the care of her husband Joseph, and she tells herself this will be quick. In and out. A few days, tops. She has no idea this house isn't finished with her family yet. The second she's inside, something feels off. It's not just that the house is old and empty, it's that it feels paused, like nothing has moved since the day she left as a kid, like the house has just been sitting here waiting for her to come back. Family photos line the hallway, watching her walk past. She doesn't remember most of these moments, doesn't recognize some of these faces. There's history here. She was never told. She starts working room by room, keeping it purely mechanical. Sort box, donate, discard, anything to avoid sitting too long with the memories trying to claw their way back up. But the house keeps pulling her attention to places she didn't plan on going. The attic, especially. She tells herself she's just being thorough. But some part of her already knows there's something up here she's meant to find. Tucked behind the insulation, deliberately hidden where no casual search would ever find it, is a box. Old wood, dark with age. Bound shut with a seal that doesn't look decorative. It looks like a warning. Whatever this is, someone went out of their way to make sure it was never opened. She knows she should leave it. Put it back. Pretend she never found it. She doesn't. She breaks it open. For a moment, nothing happens. No scream, no monster, no dramatic crash of thunder, just an empty attic, the same as before. That's almost worse, because deep down she knows that's not how this is going to stay. That night, sleep doesn't come easy. Every creak in the floorboard sounds louder than it should. Every shadow in the hallway seems to hold still a second too long, like it's watching to see if she'll notice. She tells herself, it's nerves, grief. An old house making old house noises. Next morning, a knock at the door. It's a friend of her mother's, Ellie, expects condolences. A casserole, some awkward small talk about the funeral arrangements. She doesn't get any of that. Instead, the woman asks her one question, and her tone makes clear this isn't casual curiosity. Did you open the box? When Ellie doesn't answer fast enough, the woman already has her answer. 3 days. That's what she's given. 3 days before whatever's inside that box finishes what it started. And then she's gone, leaving Ellie alone with a deadline she doesn't understand and a fear she can't explain. Ellie tries to talk herself out of taking it seriously. It's a curse, an old superstition, the ramblings of a grieving woman. But the house doesn't let her hold onto that comfort for long. A door she didn't touch swings closed. A room that was warm a minute ago goes ice cold, like something just walked through it. And once, just once, she catches something in the corner of a mirror. Gone the instant. She looks directly. She's done pretending this is nothing. Desperate for answers, Ellie reaches out to a spiritualist, someone who might actually understand what she's dealing with. What she's told doesn't comfort her. It terrifies her more. The thing sealed in that box isn't a ghost. It's a demon, one that doesn't just haunt a space, it possesses. Anyone Ellie comes into close contact with now is at risk of becoming its next vessel. And then comes the warning that changes everything. Don't go home. Don't go near your child. Whatever has attached itself to her, she cannot risk carrying it back to the people she loves most. For Ellie, that's the cruelest part. She can't run to safety. She can't even warn her family without endangering them. The one place she'd normally go to feel protected is now the one place she's forbidden from returning to. She's trapped, stuck inside a house actively turning against her, with a clock already counting down. As the hours bleed into the next day, the house escalates. What started as small, deniable disturbances becomes impossible to ignore. Doors move with no one near them. Shadows stretch in places they shouldn't. Sleep stops being something she can count on at all. That's when Uncle Rick and Samantha are pulled into it. Family rallying around her, but their presence doesn't calm things down. If anything, it makes the activity worse. Whatever is loose in this house isn't only interested in Ellie, it's spreading. With time running out, she starts digging into her family's past, searching for anything that explains why this curse exists and why it's tied so specifically to her. What she finds points to something far older than her mother's lifetime. A secret buried generations back, sealed away the same way that box was sealed, deliberately, and for a reason someone was too afraid to ever say out loud. But it's not just an old family secret. The deeper she digs, the clearer it becomes. This is connected to something from her own past, something she spent years trying very hard not to think about. The curse isn't punishing her for opening a box. It's punishing her for something else entirely. By the third night, there's no more room to run from any of it. The curse, the demon, the secret she's been avoiding her whole life, it all collides at once. And this is where Ellie does something nobody expected, including the demon. She stops running. She finds the courage to face it directly, to stand in that house, look into the darkness that's been hunting her, and speak to it. Not with fear, not with pleading, boldly. That single act, that one moment of refusing to be a victim of something she didn't choose, is what breaks the hold. The demon releases her, and for the first time since she stepped foot back in this house, she can breathe. She goes home to Joseph. She goes home to her child, not unscathed. Nobody walks through something like that without carrying a piece of it with them. But she walks out, and that matters. The Box in the Attic is a slow-burn supernatural thriller that earns its dread the old-fashioned way, not through jump scares, but through the suffocating weight of a secret that's been kept too long in a house that never forgot. Sometimes, the scariest thing in a haunted house isn't the demon. It's the truth waiting at the bottom of a box you were never supposed to open. Would you have opened that box? Drop your answer in the comments, and if you're new here, subscribe. Your next video is right here, and trust me, you don't want to miss it.